Hey guys, it's Ange and I'm going to attempt to do a spin class every day for 30 days straight. Day 4 and I am dead. Tingin na ako. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. I am not a fitness expert or anything near that, so please attempt this challenge at your own risk. And I don't want to be responsible for anyone getting injured or anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way before we jump into the actual video. Just to give you a bit of my fitness background, I have had experience in spin classes before. I've been to local studios here in the Philippines like Ride Rev, Electric Studio, and Saddle Row, and I've kept an active lifestyle for just over a year now, and my current fitness routine includes a mix of power yoga, which is usually just from YouTube, like Aloe Yoga and Yoga with Adrian, dance cardio, especially from MK Fit. I love her hip hop videos, and also sometimes hit routines, so high intensity interval training. Recently though, I decided that I wanted to amp up my cardio just to boost my endurance and to feel stronger in general. And I'm not trying to lose like 20 pounds in this 30-day journey or whatever. And this is going to be the least technical challenge, I think, because I'm not really one to be obsessed with numbers, because that's something that I tended to do before and it just wasn't healthy for me, and that's for a completely different video. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just doing this challenge to feel stronger and more confident in myself. So I got myself an exercise bike from Chris Sports. Specifically, it is the Trax Cadence 2.0, and I'll be talking more about the bike if you're interested throughout this video, so please stay tuned. As for where I'm going to get my spin classes from, I'm going to be using this platform called Peloton, which is actually a US-based service, and they have these bikes where you can see on their screen all of their classes and your metrics and everything about your journey with Peloton. But that's super expensive and I don't think they ship that internationally, and yeah, I really can't afford that anyway. So I decided to go with their digital membership, which is only $12.99, which is around 700 pesos when converted. So that gives me access to all of their on-demand and live classes, which there are a lot. Like, aside from spin classes, which they have hundreds of, like literally hundreds of, they have yoga, stretching, meditation, even running and strength classes. So yeah, I think Peloton was the most economical choice for me, because local studios, I mean, they have live and on-demand platforms also, but their price ranges from 3,000 pesos, and I don't want to pay that much for a monthly thing. So yeah, Peloton is the way to go for me. Now that those are out of the way, let's see how I actually fare in this challenge. Hi guys, so it's day 1 of my 30-day spin challenge, and today I'm going to be doing one of Emma Lovewell's groove rides recommended by Cami on Peloton. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright, so for the first few days, I went with 20 to 30 minute rides to get my legs used to the intensity of spin class again. It actually boggles my mind how I was able to do 60-minute rides before, cause damn, sobrang tagal talaga nun. Anyway, even though I've been consistently working out, I did notice that I got super out of breath during the first few days, especially on day 1. Peloton incorporates a lot of heavy climbs into their rides compared to local studios' choreo-focused approach, at least from my experience. The most choreo Peloton instructors do are tapbacks and push-ups, and they actually find that these moves help you keep your form intact, because you do get distracted sometimes when you're too focused on keeping up with choreography. Some rides also include an arm segment wherein you use light weights for about 4 to 5 minutes, and it looks so easy, but the burn was so real because the breaks were only a few seconds long, and I was either using 3 or 4 pound dumbbells for these. One thing that I really appreciate with Peloton is the music. Music's an integral part of cycling class because you ride to the beat and it helps hype you up, especially if you're really into the songs. And what's great is that you can see the playlist before you start the class, and if you discover a song you like, you can just go back to the playlist and search it up later. Okay, so this is the ride I'm doing today, and you need lightweight, so there's an arms part, and this is my first time doing one of her rides, and sobrang sold ka na because at the end of the playlist, there's churches. Okay, I'm super sweaty right now, but I just finished day 3 of the spin challenge, and today I did a 30-minute Fresh Friday ride with Dennis Morton on Peloton, and I really loved the music choices because there was Fallout 1 there, and I was sure I was gonna love it anyway. But one thing that I really liked about this class is how specific the instructor was with form, because considering I haven't been going to an actual spin studio in months, the instructor really gave out a lot of cues to make sure that you were engaging the right muscles like your core, your glutes, and your legs, and to make sure that your shoulders weren't caving in, especially during sprints and climbs. So that's really, really helpful and would definitely help with the rest of the challenge. Overall, I found the first week really, really fun despite almost dying after a 20-minute hit ride that was 20 minutes of sprints and heavy climbs. Day 4 and I am dead. I just did Robin Arzon's 20 minutes hit ride and I'm so dead. Like, it was 20 minutes of intervals of sprints and climbs, and holy, I can't even talk properly. Look at my veins. Sobrang lala. Pero I'm dead and I'm not even done. I still have to do that hit video. Let's just say that I chose my own death. Kidding aside, I woke up every morning super pumped to start my workout, and whenever I got off my bike, I was always excited for the next ride. On the second week, I decided to incorporate strength workouts from Peloton into my routine. I was always more inclined to do upper body workouts, so after my first weighted lower body strength class, my legs were so sore. My legs, especially my hamstrings, are dead. Like, I did a glute and legs workout the other day, and until now, ang sakit pa rin ng legs ko because I haven't been doing leg day because I've been focusing on upper body recently, but yeah, that's something. So I took lower impact rides to give my legs some time to recover. I also took a Disney-themed ride that week, and it was super fun and put me in a real good mood for the rest of the day. Day 9, I did Emma Lovewell's 20-minute pop ride, and it was a Disney playlist, so it was super fun. I really love Disney, and I never thought I would do a spin class to their songs, but it was really super fun. Like, you really can't help but sing along to those songs. In my case, lip sync lang kasi hingal na ako. I also noticed that my endurance has improved, especially during longer climbs. I didn't have to lower my resistance or sit down like I did during the first week. Just finished day 13 and I did another Emma Lovewell ride today. I did her 45-minute groove ride, and I noticed that my endurance has really improved ever since the first day, because during the first day, heavy climbs were such a struggle for me, but there was like a part in today's ride which was a 3-minute off the saddle climb or jog. But it was using heavy resistance for a pretty fast cadence, and I could actually hold it for the whole 3 minutes, which I didn't expect. And yeah, that's one progress point for me, definitely. 2 weeks into the challenge, and I'm loving it so far. I love the good energy that the rides give me and how I can actually see improvement no matter how small. Morning, guys! I am kicking off the 3rd week of this challenge with a Greatest Showman ride, and I'm super excited to take this. It's like not even 8 a.m. yet, but I'm really, really pumped. Moving on to week 3, I felt so much more stable off the saddle during jogs and climbs, and I think I'd say even better than I did back when I attended physical classes. Looking back at footage from week 1, I was super bouncy off the saddle, but the instructor's cues helped so much with improving form. I should also mention that the Trax Cadence 2.0 doesn't have the same monitor as Peloton bikes. I actually just keep it turned off so I can't see my resistance and cadence numbers,
But I just based off my experience before and also seeing how fast the instructor pedals was also enough of a guide for me to keep up with the pace. 3 weeks in, and you'd think that I was gradually improving, but then again, there are some days that remind you to be humble of your progress.
I just finished today's ride and it's day 18 or 19. I'm not sure, but it is the third week of the challenge. And honestly, I feel so freaking weak today. Like, feeling ko is just. There's always that time in a month where I'm feeling weak. Usually, it's about after my period, and I think it's just part of the cycle and everything. But I think it's easy to think like when you're doing a 30-day challenge, you're doing something every day. It's easy to think that your progress is going to be like going up all the way, but it's not. Like, it's there are gonna be some days where you feel weaker than the others, and I think that's fine. And just needed that reminder to myself also, and for everyone else doing something out there that's challenging themselves, know that progress is never linear and you're getting better each day, even if it just looks different.
We all need that reminder every once in a while. Week 4 was full of themed rides because I discovered so many of them and I wanted to take as many as possible. But I started off with my childhood idol, Britney Spears, and I loved this ride so much because the instructor's energy was so infectious and I didn't even feel tired after. I even took a holiday ride that week and I discovered so much good holiday music. Like, I didn't know Earth, Wind, and Fire had December, which was patterned after September, so that was pretty cool.
It is day 26 today, and I just finished a 30-minute holiday ride by Emma Lovewell, and I'm loving all of the new music discoveries I just gathered from Peloton. Recently, I even made a Spotify playlist for all of the songs that I discovered. And one other thing that I also love about it is how motivational the instructors are without being super cringe, like without being too philosophical or anything. Because honestly, when you get on the saddle, you're not looking for therapy or anything. Like, it's not supposed to be that deep. Like, you, as Dennis Morton said in the other ride this week, he was like, you ride not to find the meaning of life but to feel alive, and that's honestly what I'm really after, because working out gives me so much energy and takes so much stress out of my system, and that's really one thing that I've grown to cherish in this 30-day challenge.
On day 28, I decided to attempt another hit ride, which killed me on week 1, so I wanted to see if I could do it without getting dizzy this time around.
So I finished the hit ride and I survived, and I'm not feeling dizzy or anything. And I'm super proud that I actually got to finish it, because there was this one point na sobrang bigat na ng resistance ko. Like, I put too much. I overestimated my capability this morning, but she told everyone not to touch the resistance now, so I was like, okay, fine, I'm not gonna touch it. But I actually survived that super heavy climb and super proud, and I honestly feel like I could do one more ride, but medyo okay na, so I'm just gonna do upper body now. But yeah, super proud that I have actually finished it. Good morning, guys. It's day 29, and I just finished a 30-minute Beyonce ride. It was a 2-for-1 ride, which means there were two instructors and they were giving turns, like taking turns giving out the cues. And it was super fun. Like, the pacing was really intense. Like, not a single second was wasted. Like, it was full of efforts and climbs and everything. And it was the kind of pace that I needed, because I'm on the second to the last day of the challenge, and I really feel like I needed to push myself even further, and this was a really good one to do that with. Hey guys, it's day 30 and it is the last day of the challenge, and I took a Cody Rigsby Lady Gaga ride to cap this off, and I seriously love his energy. Like, I love every single track of the ride also, and I really can't believe that this is done because it honestly didn't feel super long for me. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's my ideal type of cardio and it's so much fun, and I don't feel like I drag myself to do it. And I think that's a sign that your fitness journey is going in the right direction, because something you do every day shouldn't feel like a punishment. It's supposed to be something that you do for yourself and to make yourself a better version. And yeah, I just really love this challenge, and I feel like I could extend it to like a 60 or 90-day challenge, but I kind of need to have a rest day already. Okay, so before we get into my final thoughts on this challenge, let's talk more about the bike itself. So the Trax Cadence 2.0 cost me 12,500 pesos, and since it's on the very low end of the spectrum, I can't really expect it to have the same quality as the bikes that I've tried in local studios, which probably cost like 10 times its price. Although it has a monitor, it doesn't show your resistance numbers and your RPM or your cadence numbers. But you can actually buy a separate cadence sensor online for less than 1,000 pesos. So if that's something that you're concerned about, that is an option that you actually have. I will say that it doesn't feel as smooth as the higher end bikes, and it does make a bit of a squeaking noise when you have the resistance on very high, or if you leave the resistance knob like turned to the very high side after you use it and leave it for a long period of time. But besides those, I don't have any other complaints. And for a bike under 50,000 pesos, I'd say that the performance is beyond what I expected, and you definitely get what you pay for. But if you think that buying a bike will get you to work out and be that secret ingredient for you to start your active lifestyle, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it won't do that, because the sheer willpower and the determination for you to get up and get moving doesn't come from an actual like material thing. It's supposed to come from you yourself. And if you don't like what you're doing, even if you buy the most expensive bike out there, you're not gonna end up doing it. With that being said, I genuinely enjoyed every single day of this workout, and that's because I really loved cycling class. I never lasted with the active lifestyle thing before because I saw it as a form of punishment for, like eating stuff, like eating bad stuff, eating too much sweets. And that's never a good way to approach things, because if you see your workout routine as a punishment for yourself, you're just gonna end up dreading it, and you're never gonna last with the type of lifestyle that you're trying to build. I also really love the good energy that the instructors give, because I learned so much from the Peloton instructors, from like tips on form and the new techniques that I've learned, and also they're very motivating and they encourage you to challenge yourself and push you past your limits. And honestly, the hardest part of this challenge was just getting up every single day and like getting on the bike, because I won't lie, there really are some days where you just want to lie down and do nothing. But in the end, when you actually get up and get on your bike, you feel like really glad that you actually ended up doing your workout, because as they say, the only workout you regret is the one that you didn't do. Weight loss wise, I did weigh myself before and after I did this challenge, and I lost a total of more or less 3 pounds. And I say more or less because my weight changes a lot, especially for girls. Our menstrual cycle does affect our weight a lot, and also the amount of water that you drink in a day, the time when you weigh yourself, and all those other factors. But I honestly don't really care that much about the numbers I see on my scale, because I would rather see like my body fat percentage or my muscle mass. And honestly, I'm feeling a lot stronger and my endurance is so much better than when I first started. So that was the goal of this challenge anyway, and for me, that's all that really matters. Overall, I have zero regrets in doing this challenge, and it's actually perfect timing because Christmas is coming up next week and I've made some room for holiday pounds. But yeah, I would definitely encourage everyone to try out this challenge, especially if you have a stationary bike there at home, or if you're looking to invest in one. I would definitely encourage you to try this out to get you moving. And especially if you love music, this incorporates music. It makes it a very core part of your workout, and that's a very motivating factor for me, especially because I love making my own spin playlists, because it's combining two of the things I love the most. So yeah. With that, thank you so much if you've reached the end of this video. I know you probably spent some minutes of your life that you're never gonna take back watching me sweat on YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting my videos and my YouTube channel. I'm very, very grateful, because this is something that I've actually always wanted to do. And please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a like down below so I would know if you guys like fitness related content, because that's something I'm looking into doing more of in the next year. And yeah, thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!